chambers into the boots of fire. The ancient pearls of mortal none. I soar across the continents of time and space. Heed to my arguments, the gentle touch of tone and rhyme. I invoke the transcendent forces to carry me above and below. In waves and told to any man I thrive, with which the ancient nations did wrestle. Amid elegant We all made it before, and one people again. Fighting bullets just for profit. The world has faded away, and once again, you're the bastard. Fighting bullets just for profit. Your world has faded away, and once again, you're the bastard. You're good. You're mom. You're war machine. You're bastard. You're good. You're mom. You're war machine. You're bastard. That longer here. Please follow your name. Have you been down to the top? The echoes of evil screaming. Brings to death. The one blew a long time ago. It seems like it still hasn't learned. Just keep on killing. Just keep on killing. You're done. Your mom. Your war machine. You're bastard. You're done. Your mom. Your war machine. You're bastard. shaking, see an army of dry bones revive.
Evening. Hello. How are you? Just playing that, the current single from Mr. Aaron V. Graham, Don't Bow Down. Available on streaming platforms, available from aaronvandgraham.bandcamp.com. And to remind us that, of course, at 10 o'clock tonight at cornerstonechristianradio.com, at cornerstonechristianradio.com at 10 o'clock is the He Will Rock You radio show with your friend and mine, the host with the most, powered by the Holy Ghost, Mr. Aaron V. Graham. Welcome, whoever you are, wherever you are, drop a comment in and say hello and where you are watching from. Acceptable answers include the UK, Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK, Chile, New Zealand, Germany, Sweden, Norway, Mexico, any of the above, really, and Rio, of course. And all answers are acceptable alongside from the sofa, from the bath, from the bed. A reminder that all, absolutely everybody is welcome. Yes, put this date in your diary. Well spotted, Mr. Nigel Harding. This is the date since doing this since August that I have worn a colour that is not black. Although once I might have had a sort of really walky, sporty top that was blue. But this is a Parish T-shirt. It's actually not white. It's kind of an off-white beige. Well, parchment colour, offsetting the Parish logo in a sort of dark brown, washed out style. Mr. Colin Hendra has one like this. I think his is grey, but like my beard. So therefore, it cannot be setting off my white beard too much, Catherine, because it is actually a kind of a brownie hue. Speaking of hue, awesome to have you here again, Angela, and welcome to all those watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you haven't said hello, please do just drop a comment in, say hello, where you're watching from. As I said, all countries and the sofa and the bath are all acceptable answers. Speaking of Hugh, let's say hello and happy Friday to Hugh. As moon rises, the sun slips sight. Begins the ritual of this night. For those convinced their path is right. Gathered from north, south, east and west, yet called at another's behest, those treading the path that is left. From near and far, come as you are to this place and embrace this space as darker hue embraces you. Happy Friday, who? Spirit, earth and fire, confessing the sins of empire, we come with our wounds and desire.
sensing that we are not alone, drawn to the flame that guides us home. For here, you, me, and yet to be. Importance and signs of these times, for the sake of all those maligned, is yet the home of the divine.
Tritone of joy, because it is Friday, blisters and others. Oh yes, it is. Ooh, ha ha ha. So, how are you? How has your Friday been? As usual, I'd love to know if there's been at least one thing as you reflect back across the day that has filled you with joy, lifted your spirits, made you feel whole again, put you in touch with the core of your being, those things that just affirm who you are in your innermost being, who you are as a child of God. Something that has given you a sense of something bigger than yourself and all that's going on in your own life, those of whom you love, the world. Something that has put you in touch with what you might call the divine, the spiritual, or God. And I'd love to know what this day you are thankful for. And again, as always, we're going to do it in Norse because it's more Viking, therefore more metal. So what this day has made you say... Tusen takk! So thank you for sharing your thankfulness, your tusen takk for the day. Mother met diabetic nurse today. Lots of ideas to help make things better. Oh, fantastic. And having lived with it for a long time, it's really good to know that there's still new developments being made and those are being shared. That's fantastic. I hope it is helpful, Mum. From Gisela, tusen takk for Gisela's amp. Not only is she playing Metal Compline through an amplifier, it's a Marshall one. Yeah, it's got to be a Marshall one. And I do hope it goes to 11. That's awesome. Yeah, fantastic. Well, I've never been through a Marshall amp before. What a privilege for me. Do you know Mr. Jim Marshall? My dad, before he retired as a Methodist minister, was a chaplain at a prison chaplain. And at one of the prisons, there were a group of guys who kind of wanted to get a band together, and they played music in the chapel for worship. And I met them when we went to the carol service in the prison. And they got the most amazing stuff because they'd written to Marshall, and Marshall had very kindly supplied these men with some gear, so they were able to to learn and to play and to lead others in worship in a prison. How cool is that? Thank you, Mr. Jim Marshall and all at the Marshall Company. Awesome, multinational, giving out some love and hope and enabling and encouraging others, which is fantastic. Baron's in. Hello, Baron. The good news is you haven't missed any Pantocrator yet, so cool. I've been saving it till you were here. So choose some tack from Angela. Feeling rough this week, and you've had a COVID test. It was negative, right? So I did a test what will be 2 weeks ago on Sunday, and I still haven't had a result. I was kind of going, well, maybe no news is good news. They only tell you if you need to isolate. But you actually had a result, did you, Angela? I'm really glad it was negative. That's really good news. And I hope you're starting to feel a bit better, and prayers that you do. So for strength and healing and wholeness. Choose and tack for 117 all weekend today. Yeah, it was a real good laugh, wasn't it? With Tim and Matt. So they did this thing of all the questions you can, where you've got a time limit and you've got to answer as many random quickfire questions. And it's normally Matt Forsyth who is the quizmaster, Matt Forsyth. But tonight, this afternoon at 1:17, Tim was asking the questions, and Matt scored a grand total of 15, which is several less than his daughter and a lot less than Denzel, who is currently in first place. But it was good. So yes, evening, Baron. Mr. Stephen Fowler, you absolute legend. I mean, legend. Marshall in Milton Keynes. Yeah, absolutely. And Cows, Marshall, thank God for Milton Keynes. And you, more importantly, and you, obviously. Cool. So to misquote from Patrick, to misquote another acronym, TTIF, choose and tack, it's Friday, and TTS, I nearly misread that as something else. Choose and tack, tomorrow is Saturday. And there for a day off. I hope it's a good one, Patrick. And hope the weather holds out. It's snow here, I think. All right. So Andrew and Stephen, you're near each other. Yes, in sort of Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire kind of triangle, rhubarb triangle. No, West Yorkshire's a rhubarb triangle. Do you know, when I moved to West Yorkshire and I heard about the rhubarb triangle, I genuinely thought that like there was some sort of area of land where rhubarb disappeared without trace, in some sort of Wallace and Gromit type thing. But no, it's a triangle of area of West Yorkshire which is renowned for growing really good rhubarb. I couldn't possibly comment, Steve. I shall moderate myself. So thanks for sharing the good stuff from today, people. I'm wondering if there's stuff that's been less good today. Sorry, I missed that. I'm sorry, Catherine. Choose and tack for some quality time with great kids. Oh, good. Today, work and fun and happy conversations with them and a bit of silliness thrown in. Fantastic. That's what you need on a Friday, even when you're at work. This is awesome. I think I've got all the choose and tacks. Yes. Maybe there's been stuff today. No, I'm all right. Hey, just Steve, you're just dropping guitar and amplifier type names all over the shop. Marshall, now Squire, the sort of budget, not made in America version of Fender. If there's been stuff today that is not great, that is hurting, that is just heavy to carry, that just want to turn away from, let go of, then we can do that this evening. And just thinking of one or two people in tricky, difficult situations, and that at least for tonight, those person and one person in particular might just have a sense of peace and of being held in love and the everlasting arms of grace. And so.
The principalities and will to power, the worms from within my own darkest hour. I confess all the regrets and the regrets, the burdens and fears, the lament and the tears. I lay them down.
And as we do, God in Jesus, no matter how far away from God we feel or how far God feels away from us, whatever we are going through, God comes running out in Jesus to meet us, arms open wide, and just says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." May that rest and that peace be yours this night. And so I've just realised I've left Aaron's banner up for quite a while, so hopefully we've all know that it's 10 o'clock tonight on cornerstonechristianradio.com, the He Will Rock You radio show with Aaron Vaughan Graham. I think we've hopefully got that message. Sorry, Ari says he wants to lay down that his friend's Minecraft horse got killed. That is very sad. Can we just take a moment for Ari's friend's Minecraft horse? Of course, horses often look sad because they've got long faces. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it has. So, yeah, hopefully it will. Thank you, Catherine. Prayers that it will. So, reading from the Metal Bible. Check out metalbibleinternational.com. Luke chapter 7, verses 24 to 30. When John's messengers had gone, Jesus began to speak to the crowds about John. What did you go out into the wilderness to look at? A reed shaken by the wind? What then did you go out to see? Someone dressed in soft robes? Look, those who put on fine clothing and live in luxury are in royal palaces. What then did you go out to see? A prophet? Yes, I tell you, and more than a prophet. This is the one about whom it is written, "See, I am sending my messenger ahead of you, who will prepare your way for you." I tell you, among those born of women, no one is greater than John, yet the least in the kingdom of God is greater than he. And all the people who heard this, including the tax collectors, acknowledged the justice of God because they'd been baptized with John's baptism. But by refusing to be baptized by him, the Pharisees and the lawyers rejected God's purpose for themselves. All right, that's cool, Steve. Yeah, no, just in and out when you can, mate. That's fine. And you can watch it again on... if you're watching it again, the music might be a bit dodgy on Facebook due to the algorithm, even though I have permission to play what I'm playing. So if you want it with music, go to Twitter, metal_Methodist, or YouTube, Metal Methodist. Oh, Baron. Yay, you've got a Metal Bible as well. Awesome. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's I keep getting them and hopefully giving them away. And yeah, it's really good. Really good kind of testimonies and stuff as well in there. Yeah, any thoughts in response to that reading? Anything connect with your story today or at the moment? Anything challenge us, make us uncomfortable? Equally, again, I suppose I'm just thinking about again the religious rulers, elite, those in power, in community and within religious organisations, institutions, and how sometimes. We kind of miss or exclude the work of God because it's in people who sound, look, and do things that are deemed not right, and yet we miss what God might be doing. So I hope the meeting goes all right, Patrick. Take care and have a good day off tomorrow. So it is, whether it's, people because of the way they dress, their beards, their t-shirts that complement their beards, their love of metal, the person they're in love with, things that people might see as disabilities rather than actually it's just society and community and organizations not really being willing to adjust to enable people to play a full part. In what ways have we perhaps missed what God might be doing, and who and where are the people and places where we think, it might not be the status quo, but there's something of God there. I'd love to see and hear if there's any of that connects with you that you want to share tonight. I guess rather than for a Methodist way of life, Methodist way of life question, where have you encountered God in a surprising way, or surprising person, or surprising place, in a way that was challenging? And where do you kind of see God at work outside of mainstream religion and organizations? And where are you kind of going, man, that's where we need to be? I'd love to hear some of that as we encourage each other and point to those signs of hope, and encourage each other to join in with what God is doing. And as we do, some music. So I'm pleasure delaying Baron. I'm gonna hold on to the Plans Creative for a bit. I'm gonna play, which hopefully you like as well, Baron, as well as everybody else. The current single from the highly anticipated 20-odd years gap album from Detritus, and the song that's currently out, Bright Black. So thrash, progressive thrash, I would say, and melodic, from here in the UK.
Just unquestioned answers, my silence,
You see, there's a line in that song, Catherine. There are colours behind the grey. All right, that's all I'm saying. And thank you, Stephen. For those who agree with Steve, shout. Just put a yes in. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for sharing, John. Death metal, wake up, John. All together now.
Wake up, John.
There we go. Okay, so Pantocrator should do it in a minute. Good. So thank you for sharing ways in which we can just be open to God at work in others, either those that society or even religious communities and organizations perhaps have excluded or kind of don't get and therefore miss what God is doing. So thank you, Nigel. When you did the homeless night shelter, one of the guests got talking about God. He invited him to church in the morning, and he came, and in the middle of the sermon, he got up and went to the front and sat at the feet of the preacher. Oh, wow. You told her he was going to be in with you, and she stopped and prayed for him and then carried on. Well, that's not too long at all, Nigel. That's giving me goosebumps. That's beautiful. Yeah. That's what it's about. Just whatever he saw and felt he needed, and his response and her response, and God was in it. That's made me tearful, man. That's beautiful. Whoa, wow. More of that, please. Yeah. I remember church when I was in Bedfordshire, near Steve and Angela, and I remember I was I think I was still on trial as a local preacher, so still kind of studying. And it was my trial service, so you kind of get listened to and given feedback, told whether you can carry on training or not. And just got into the beginning of the service, and some people who were residents at a nearby home for adults with learning disabilities, and they came with their carers, and trying to get in the door, and so realized people trying to get in the door, so we jumped up, tried to open the door, and there was this terrible moment where somebody on a kind of frame thing kind of went over, I think got themselves stuck on the lip from the door to the carpet. What was beautiful was we just all stopped, everything just stopped, and it was right. Are you all right? Welcome, morning, get you settled. Right, now we can start because we're all here. Now we're ready. And I was like, yeah, there's God in the midst of that kind of rugby scrum of care and support. That was beautiful. And this guy who just wasn't really able to talk but loved to kind of sing, and for those you've heard me sing, it's not a pleasant noise, but to hear somebody who, for most people, you go, that's not singing. He made an awesome kind of death metal vocalist, though, to be fair. But yeah, to hear him joining in, going, that is such a joyful noise to the Lord. It's beautiful, and I'm sharing that because actually it ministered to me of just these little God moments of where God is inside and outside the church, in all of us and through all of us. So may we be open to that. So are there things we want to pray for this evening? Please do drop a comment in if there are things you want to offer and bring as and for prayer. I'm still delaying on the Pantocrator, but I have got something else loud for John, and especially also for Gisella's Marshall speaker. Let's see if we can blow it. No, I promise I won't, Gisella. So I've used lyrics from this band before. It's a band from New Zealand called Enoch. I just think they are incredible. It's if you like maybe not Slipknot, Korn kind of vibe, very funky, very rhythmical, maybe sort of early Sepultura stuff, just slightly tribal, very rhythmical, and the woman who does the vocals, just incredible, the range of what she offers through her vocals, and what I really like is it's a band where the bass cuts through, So I enjoy that as a bass player. So I played one earlier on. So as you drop in what it is you bring as and for prayer this evening in a comment on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, please also enjoy this song Loner by Enoch. And the good news is Enoch are going to come and talk to us. We're just trying to work out the fact that 7 o'clock here is 8 o'clock in the morning in New Zealand. So we're just going to work out whether we might do a special late Compline at a more reasonable hour for them to join us from New Zealand, or whether we do have a conversation and pre-record it and then share it with you later. But a chance to hear about their faith and their, I think, pretty awesome music. So this is Enoch and Lona, and please do post in a comment, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, what it is you bring as and for prayer this evening.
For the you say you care for nothing but what they say. So the you say you care for nothing but what they say.
So yeah, thank you. I should have had that up during that, just in case people are trying to listen to it later and going, "What's happening?" Oh, we're having troubles streaming to Facebook. Okay. We're still on Facebook. So don't know what happened there, but yeah, I'm still here. If anybody else is still here, so just giving a moment for folk to come back. Yay! There's some more people. Hi, Gisela. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I broke the internet. Hi, Aaron. Yeah, no. It suddenly dropped off of Facebook. So whether it just thinks I've done something terrible by playing that, I have it in writing with permission to play that. So we'll see. But yeah, there was nothing. Hello, Alex. Hey, hello. Hi, Bev. So hopefully, I don't know if we've got different people to what we had a minute ago, but there we go. Rage against the algorithm, people. So yeah, hopefully, I think we got to the end of that song by Enoch. So we'll see what happens again. That was interesting. I'm hoping it was a Facebook issue rather than them taking me down for playing music they think I can't play, but I have permission to play. So anyway, everyone's here. Yeah, I don't know if it is, Aaron. I'll look into it if I get some notifications. But good to have you here, Alex, and Angela's back, and Sandra, and a few others. So yeah, apologies. Welcome to Metal Compline Part 2. So we're praying. I shall go back and just I was just looking through this newspaper actually, and just reading that the UK are being asked to kind of follow suit with the US and reduce or stop selling arms to Saudi Arabia. We've talked before about armaments made here being sold to Saudi Arabia and dropped on Yemen. Also, prayers for the family of and loved ones of those, I think, mother and daughter who were killed in Scotland today, possibly by or linked to a fatal car crash, or in which a man died. But apparently those things are linked. So yeah. Oh, I didn't know about that. Thank you, Gisela. Oh, broadband aid in Leicester for their crowdfunding for laptops for schools. That's excellent. Yeah, and yeah, absolutely. Sandra and John pray for granddaughter in mental health meltdown. Absolutely, and for all those who are really struggling through all of this, physically, mentally. Yeah. Catherine and Ari back as well. Good. Just prayers for peace and for strength and wisdom for those in terms of family members seeking to support and care and journey with, as well as professionals involved as well. And just hope that the right support is found and offered. Amen. So let's offer all of our prayers as we pray.
To the one in whom all people and all creation have their being, may your kingdom come, your will be done, as above, so below. Sustain us for this day. Show us grace as we seek to show grace to those we feel have wronged us. Save us from the worst that is within us and within this world. For the kingdom, the power, and the glory are yours, now and forever. Amen.
So, may we, inspired by that reading, just go and be open to God at work in our lives, in the lives of others, people who were perhaps seen as other or not right, or kind of that we might not miss what God is doing and where God is. So yeah, and prayers for Aaron for the interview tonight, and also with Greater Manchester Rock Radio on Tuesday. Cool. Being broadcast on Sunday at 10 o'clock the following week. Cool. So take care, Nigel. We shall see you soon. Remember, 10 o'clock, people, cornerstonechristianradio.com. He Will Rock You radio show with Aaron V. Graham. Cool. Take care, my friend. Yeah, so we might just go and be open to where God is and be blessed through it as we seek to bless others through who we are and how we live. And you know, back up and running after something weird happened on Facebook. So you might say that it's a bit like a phoenix rising from the ashes, and which reminds me of an excellent Pantocrator song that I've been waiting to play. So I do hope that Baron is around or finds this later on. But yeah, just to encourage us, even we're going through tough times, to hold firm, keep the faith with a God who keeps faith with us. Yes, Baron is back. Excellent. Yeah, no, totally, man. But yeah, hopefully, yeah, I'll be able to enjoy the music later on, maybe on YouTube or Twitter. But I hope work's going all right. So, especially for you, to get you through work, Baron, here is some Pantocrator. And I think possibly currently my favourite song off the new album. This is Phoenix Rising.
May the peace of the All-Parent be ours this night, and with all people and all creation in the time that is to come.
Yeah, what a song. I just got everything, hasn't it? It's just amazing. Love it. Managed to do that without getting the stream suddenly disappearing. So hopefully it was a technical issue at Facebook's end. Who knows? If you don't hear from me again, it's been really good. And man, no. So I will kind of look into it and just see if it is a algorithm issue. And again, something I've been thinking about for a while is well, there's other ways of doing it. I think having created community here, don't want to kind of lose that or cause problems for people being able to access. But we'll see what happens. Hello, Andy Thomas, Senior. I forgot to mention when you mentioned being at Pinderfields last night that I and number one daughter owe NHS and particularly folk at Pinderfields a heck of a lot for an accident that she had during having just moved to just out between Leeds and Wakefield and needing to get to hospital urgently, having not been there long enough to have really visited many hospitals. I'd only visited a couple of people in Pinderfield, so I went there because I knew how to get there rather than try and get across Leeds in Friday night rush hour traffic, Saturday night rush hour traffic. And as luck would have it, ended up in the region's specialist children's burns unit, which was the place we needed to be. And it was incredible. So again, all in the NHS and all at Pinderfields Hospital, we salute you and thank you and pray for you and all those working in the NHS, particularly at this time. And now the notices. Tomorrow is Saturday. There will be no Metal Compline tomorrow night. However, on Sunday evening, depending on what you're doing in the morning, feel free to join me for worship on my Facebook page, Rev James Morley at 10:30. And then in the evening at usual time, we shall have the Metal Methodist Sunday service with some metal hymns. So, if you're able to join, that'd be lovely to worship metal style. Yeah. And apologies again for the interruption this evening. I'm still not quite sure what has gone on, but hopefully so glad that many of you are back. It's good to be with you again. So I think that's it. Or is it? I might have something else later. Let's see. However, let's just unite. I'm just leading Zoom worship on Sunday. No metal. Ooh, it can be arranged. Hey, hello, Sean. Are you all right? I think we've got to that time in the evening where, as a sign of being together, even if we are not physically together, in memory of and in anticipation of those times when we can be together to share our love of faith and music, whether it's Greenbelt, Rainbow Rocks, Meltdown, whatever it is. Heck, Bloodstock, for goodness sake. Being open to where God speaks in music to us and to be transcendental moments of that, I think, are spiritual moments of that shared experience in gigs, whether you're listening to a secular or Christian band. It's time to sway. So phones with torches on, scarves, other light-emitting devices, and blisters and others. Let us sway. And in homage to Mr. Bruce Dickinson, the air raid siren himself. Sway for me, Metal Compline. Sway with me, Metal Compline. And something gentle to end with. Go well. Go with the God who goes with you, within you, and before you. And chillax.